plead innocent of all charges.
Welcome to the Landmark Show, the show where we ask people in the industry the questions about the industry to get the musical answers you want and deserve. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Landmark Mondays, the show that is recorded on a Monday but somehow uploaded on a Tuesday. I, of course, am your host of the most, Dexter Tyler, and I'm joined here today by the incredibly talented Opia Bloom. How are you doing, guys?
Hello. Very well, thank you. Thanks for having us, Dexter.
Thank you. By the way, guys, you should all go and check this band out as soon as this is finished because their songs are lit. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, fully lit. That's how.
And you can see my pretty face up there, and John over there as well. Unfortunately, the other camera didn't work, so it kind of looks like I'm talking to silence over there. But you're more than welcome to come over here and show your face throughout the show if you want.
You're just like a glorified ventriloquist.
I'm just really good at putting on other voices.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so I want to start really by asking a question. Kind of I ask a lot of people in interview. What's your main inspiration? I mean, we'll go round from. We'll start with you and we'll go round.
Mine?
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Everything comes back to the booze.
I mean,
musically, I'm a big soul and funk man. So I play bass in the band.
Okay, yeah.
So I always just try and keep things funky. Yeah.
Any particular artists or?
Shouldn't manage to introduce himself. Jambai. I'm Sam. I guess I don't know. It all started with sort of just playing up to monkeys and block party and stuff when I was younger, and I guess just get a bit older, get a bit wiser, and your palette kind of broadens, I guess. So now it's just a big sort of scope.
Yeah, I guess the same. Like you kind of come from like a similar.
Sorry, mate. What was
your
name?
My name's Alex.
Right.
What do you do?
I'm.
It's like a deal or no deal introduction.
I play the drums. Yeah, it's kind of the same. So I guess kind of like start off in like an indie background, and then I guess like especially more recently when when we've been writing songs, I've sort of been consciously trying to listen to more pop and kind of like take inspiration from that in order to kind of get hints for songwriting and stuff, because I think you can learn like a lot of valuable lessons from listening to like really mainstream pop.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's successful for a reason. So
yeah.
Get an injection of that in the mix.
Yeah, definitely.
Liven it up.
And finally, yourself.
Yeah, my name's George. I play guitar.
Okay.
My background's in jazz.
Yeah, you have a jazz degree, don't you?
I studied jazz for a good few years, and
well, yeah.
It's a lot of bum notes and pretends it's jazz.
Yeah. You'd think someone who had a jazz degree would find it really easy playing indie music,
I got to
but
the top
no.
of the mountain and then saw it all and thought, nah, it's alright, forget it.
Forget it all.
Forget it.
So yeah, that's my inspiration really.
So you've really got a
what?
wide
Just forgetting
range.
jazz? That's your inspiration.
Just forget everything. And you'll hear some of the guitar parts on Sun and Moon, and yeah, that's me forgetting the jazz.
I mean, it's interesting to see the wide range. You obviously have very different backgrounds. You said yourself, Foles.
I do like Foles. Yeah.
Funk and soul.
Foal and
you've got jazz and then pop and indie. So you have got a wide range, which obviously is useful to any band. I must ask another inspiration question. The name, where does it come from?
Alex.
Yeah,
it's a recent development, isn't it, Alex? Tell us about it.
So yeah, we used to be called Youth, and I don't know if you've ever tried to find a band called Youth, let alone us. There's loads of them.
Yeah,
I
so
can
like
imagine,
we couldn't
YouTube,
find us.
Yeah, I had to tell the guys in the band how to find us on Spotify.
Yeah, they were like, "Why have you brought your amp? You're a punter."
And so
luckily they were a jazz band.
Yeah. So we all agreed that we were going to change the name, and we kind of we said, let's all pick one name that we really like. We'll put them all in a hat, and we'll pull them out so that we don't know whose is whose, and then we'll kind of like have a vote on the best one. And I was kind of looking at because I wanted to go totally the other way so that people could actually find it. So I wanted something quite weird and two words that have never been together before, so that if you typed it in, it would just come up everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was looking
it was
at
a
brands
practical decision.
Yeah, I was looking at brands like Sundara Karma. I just think it's such a great name. Like, sounds great, and also you'll find them anywhere. Yeah. So I kind of I shamelessly used that formula, I think.
That's a good formula.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. But that definitely works. I can see what you mean with the Youth. Like, if you have to tell your own bandmates they got to the wrong gig with the wrong instruments, then
yeah, exactly.
Embarrassing as well.
Yeah, it is.
They were better than us.
Yeah.
have you listened to their version or their song?
Yeah.
Awful.
I actually haven't
They're
yet.
not going to be listening, are they?
I haven't yet.
I listened to it. It was yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Not lit though. On the
Not as lit as
wasn't lit.
Not as lit as a song called Fire should be.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't warrant the name.
I like the pun. So speaking of Fire, earlier this year you released a video for Fire.
Yeah,
And
we did,
you
yeah.
obviously released a song. It's an incredible song. I'm going to play it now for the audience. So here we go. This is Fire by Opia Bloom.
Taking over your skin, feel the chemicals slowly sinking in, day by day from upside bed, needing some water, tired, keep me covered from the lights. I want the energy to go all night under the covers with you, just like you wanted. We could move mountains with our minds. Just take the time, darling, day or night. Anything's possible, it's fine. Oh. Think about where you came from and where you've been to. I just think of Vienna and it's sending me chills. I would tell you I could play it safe just for you, but you would always tell me I should ride for the high. Ignite the fire, taking over your skin. Feel the chemicals slowly sinking in, day by day from upside bed. Need some water, tired, keep me covered from the lights. I want the energy to go all night under the covers with you, just like you wanted. You didn't want to contain the fire. You let it burn down to the ground. You didn't want to contain the fire. You let it burn down to the ground. You didn't want to contain the fire. You let it burn down to the ground. The flames just burn higher and higher as we were both consumed by the fire, taking over your skin. For the chemicals slowly sinking in, day by day from upside bed. Needing some water, tired, keep me covered from the lights. I want the energy to go all night under the covers with you, just like you wanted. You didn't want to contain the fire. You let it burn down to the ground. You didn't want to contain the fire. You let it burn down to the ground.
So that there was their single Fire, a cracking single, a lit single.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that word too much now. I'm going to totally cut that
Oh,
word.
we do as well. It's fine.
No, seriously, yeah. So that was a really good song, and as I said, you should go and check them out because they've got some other good songs.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
And definitely follow on, see what they've got coming up. So I just want to know the inspiration behind that song.
Yeah, I think, well, Jack, who is ill today, unfortunately, rest up, Jackie boy, he kind of always comes with the sort of the initial idea. And this one, I remember when he sent us the video, actually, it was just him on a piano, like an old keyboard at his house. And it was just 2 chords, literally like E minor to C. And he just had that chorus already fully formed, but he was always like, oh, it's a verse, we need to write a chorus, blah blah blah. And then we started to kind of jam it all out, and we had like this 7.5 minute voice memo that just had no structure, like really slow drums for ages, the guitars didn't come in for like a couple of minutes to anything good, and then we decided we didn't need to write a chorus, and if we just kind of built everything around that vocal hook, it was the chorus. And then suddenly I think we left it for about 6 months and came back to it and managed to rein it in at around 4 minutes, and it sounds pretty punchy.
It did take ages.
It did take a while.
But I felt like we sounded differently. We sounded different before we wrote that. Like writing that song kind of opened the door towards like the new sound that we followed.
Everything got a lot sort of bigger and a lot more epic after that, I think, which we're all really into.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's I like what you mean, how you cut it down to 4 minutes. I think it's got kind of a good punch to the song.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was tough. It was, and then after much to do, much struggle, it kind of it just suddenly was that length and just fell into place. Yeah, it's worth sticking at, kids. Don't give up.
Do you think it was a good decision then, in a way, to kind of to almost leave it for a little bit and then come back to it?
Yeah, like Al said, a transitory time, I think.
I don't think that we were like fully even ready to write it when we first started writing it. So we like left it, and then when we felt like we kind of knew how to approach it, we went back to it.
It just sounded too different. I think, like most bands, the first sort of few ideas you knock around are perhaps a little bit, you're finding your feet, aren't you? We're never one of those bands that sort of did a load of covers or anything to warm into it and find more out about each other, but we definitely wrote some really, really terrible tunes. And that came about at the tail end. Yeah, that was before John made everything better. That was at the sort of, that's first inception was at the tail end of sort of the original tunes we're knocking about, and then by the time it came around to finish it off, was probably like the start of really
finding our feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean that's how some of the greatest songs are written. Just golden nuggets of the kind of songwriting, and come back to them later, and then
picked it out of the ether and then nurtured it.
Oh, most definitely. Wow. So obviously, I don't want to spoil it too much, but the video is it's a great video. People should go and check it out. What was the inspiration behind that? Any kind of thoughts on that? Or?
Yeah, so we were we knew, because of we finished the song and we were really proud of it, and we knew that we wanted the video to sort of stand up to the song.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like thinking of things for ages. And we had loads of different ideas and whatever, and then.
Was it then bonfire on Brighton Beach?
Yeah, we were going to have like a fire on Brighton Beach, and then Taylor. It would have been lame.
It would have been.
And then Taylor Fawcett, the guy who does our videos, who is just like a genius guy. He was, he kind of,
Taylor Fawcett.
He poo-pooed that idea pretty quickly, and then so we were kind of scrambling, and we needed to shoot a video quite quickly, and we were going to just do like a normal sort of performance video. And then I was just like scrolling through Instagram one day, and someone that I'd met once had posted this video of there's this light installation in Hastings on the seafront, and it's like a 300-meter tunnel, and it just had this really colourful light installation on it. And I just sent it to everyone. I was just like, oh my god, we need to go and shoot this here. And we went there at like midnight on a Sunday night, so there wasn't anyone there, and it was about -2. And we were there for about 6 hours, but it was like February.
Yeah.
But we were like we're so proud of how it came out. It's a really, really good video. And again, Taylor Fawcett just takes all the credit for that. He's such a genius guy.
You're right. At one point or another, when we were scrambling, it was pretty close to looking quite similar to that Alexandra Burke Hallelujah video with the candles in the dance studio. It wasn't far off, to be honest. So thank God for that.
Was all your first music video shot, or?
We actually did one really early with Taylor again, which we since got rid of.
Cutting our teeth again.
Yeah, that was like a demo that we'd recorded before.
Yeah.
And we put it out for a bit and then took it down because weren't happy with it. But yeah, again, it's just like
What's it like doing it? Because obviously I've never done it myself. For the audience out there, is it quite nerve-wracking going out kind of in the streets and kind of recording this? Or
yeah, to be fair, I think like you said, we were quite lucky with the fire video. There weren't that many people around, but because it was a public walkway and like it's not like we're shooting. Like I was in Venice recently, I was shooting Spider-Man and they closed off streets. We didn't have that luxury. It was still very much a thoroughfare. So people are walking around. Obviously, people love gorping, don't they? Like they slow down on the motorway when there's an accident. Yeah. And people are there, and they're behind Taylor, just sort of pointing, and sort of smirking a bit and whatever. And I'm like, I've got to poker face this out. And I think I got quite unlucky. I had about 5 people walk past in one take, and there was no one else the whole time. So you might see me looking a little bit awkward.
There is actually 2 people in the background, one of the shots in the video.
Yeah, to the left of George's
the eagle-eyed
knee.
viewer.
Yeah.
Don't say where now. It's like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
I'm not in the video, so.
But no, it's sort of.
You're not. Video,
talk about something else next, shall we?
but yeah, that one was like sort of really long and formulaic. But and then the side by side one, which we'll talk about later, like we shot that in a day. But we'll get into that later.
We will get into that.
Coming soon.
But now it's time for a little game, I'd like to say. It's called Quickfire.
Awesome.
It's quite self-explanatory. Just say the answers quite quickly. Some are music, some aren't, but here we go.
But all of us just go.
Are we taking turns or?
I'm just playing the intro.
Oh.
Quickfire!
It's got an intro.
Yeah, but
We've got an intro for everything.
Are we just all shouting all of our...
We'll start with John, we'll go round.
That's right. Question by question. Yeah.
By the way, if you didn't hear the intro, it's me shouting Quickfire to the mic a load of times.
Right.
Good. Quickly.
Good.
Right, Beatles versus Stones.
Beatles.
Oh, Stones.
Stones.
Oh, okay. Oh, 3 Stones to 1 Beatles.
Don't know music, these lot.
Last song you listened to or downloaded?
Quickfire, John.
1975.
The new stuff.
The new album, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Love it if we made it.
Colours by Beck. A couple of years old, but banging.
Oh, yeah.
I've been listening to a band called Tender, which I heard on the radio quite a lot about this. What's that song called that I like?
Closer
Still. Yeah. Is that on the way down?
Still
still called Closer.
Not Closer Sparkling.
Mine was Mac Miller, Swimming. Really great album.
Rip.
Yeah. Rip.
Mine was Fire by Opia Bloom.
Hey!
Favourite musical decade?
60s.
60s?
Noughties.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, noughties.
Oh, like
80s.
Oh, shut up, George.
I like the haircut.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't think it's yours.
It's Quickfire.
His hands are sweating.
A topical one. Favourite Christmas song?
The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole.
Great.
It's Fairy Tale in New York, and the overwhelming reason for that choice is that it would have been a great song even if it wasn't a Christmas song, and I think the rest of them can be a bit cheesy.
A Spaceman Came Travelling by Christopher for the same reason. It's not actually even the Christmas song, but it's like lumped in with the rest of them, and it's just an amazing tune.
It's the Die Hard of the Christmas songs.
Yeah.
The Mariah Carey one.
We were talking about this outside. I do agree it bangs. Alex doesn't think it bangs.
I like what she wears.
It does not bang.
I think mine would probably be Slade. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Classic.
It is a classic. Well, now we've got some non-musical ones. Morning or evening?
Evening.
Morning.
You're awful in the morning.
Mate, I get up in the morning all the time.
Yeah, we all get up in the morning.
As if
I get up in the morning.
As if you say evening, it categorically means you get out after 1 p.m.
As if he's like going to bed in the afternoon and he misses the evening. Mate, I'm always up in the morning.
Yeah, got to sleep at 3.
Most people are, to be fair, always up in the morning. Any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, invisible.
Invisible.
Oh yeah, you sneaky boy. Yeah, on flying, that would be so cool.
Yeah, flying. Yeah.
Flying.
Do you just say whatever he says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine to be right at everything.
Be right at everything.
Yeah.
Your superpower would be to always be correct
right at everything.
Yeah, because if you go in an exam, you know you're going to ace it.
Why are you thinking about exams if you can fly?
Literally.
You get any degree,
The most
anything you want.
boring
Guess
little
which one
man
of us
in
is
the
a
world.
student.
Right. You don't have something stupid like flying.
Omnicorrectness. Wow.
iOS or Android?
iOS.
Who's saying Android? iOS.
Yeah, iOS.
Android.
Thank you. I kind of knew you'd say Android. And sun or snow?
Sun.
Yeah, son.
Sun, yeah, good choice.
Snow.
Sun.
I thought you were going to say a third option there. Not
Yeah. Wind.
Rain. Sleet.
So recently you released Side by Side.
We did.
What? Well, no.
No.
Wednesday.
Well,
It's on Spotify.
Yeah. We
it's
put it
on-
out. We're
yeah.
putting the video out on Wednesday.
Yeah, the video comes on Wednesday, but the single is out on.
The single is on Spotify,
Spotify.
yeah, but I mean we haven't formally announced that yet. But
Yeah.
it's people are listening to it. It's fine.
Will you allow me to play it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so we're gonna play now.
It's the whole
side
reason
by-
we came here, innit?
We're gonna play now Side by Side, and then we'll have a little discussion about it after.
We've been getting on just fine, drinking the water. We've been getting on just fine, drinking the water. And they say nothing ever makes you sick out here. They're gonna make all your troubles disappear if you let it, but you don't. I was lost and you were found. Both our hands were tied and I was close and you were bound. Keep me by your side. Keep it going, darling. Keep it going, darling. And you just say you wanna feel alive, even if it kills you. And honey, you could take us for a ride, and into the hills you'll drive us both insane, away from prying eyes. Space to breathe is all we need to just survive. And then you say that, baby, I can't change for something. I won't change for nothing. I was lost and you were found. Both our hands were tied and I was close and you were bound. Keep me by your side. You said take it slow, but I don't wanna go. So keep it going, darling. I was lost and you were found. Both our hands were tied and I was close and you were bound. Keep me by your side. Keep me by your side. I want you by my side. By the tide, I'm not lost, I'm going down. And keep me by your side. I was lost and you were found. Both our hands were tied and I was close and you were bound. Keep me by your side. Keep me by your side. I want you by my side.
So that there was Side by Side, unreleased and released by Opia Bloom. Again, a cracking song.
Thank you.
Talk to me about the inspiration behind it.
Wow. Well, this one was
Me, G-Boy Special,
No,
wasn't it?
no, we had.
I was there at the gig. We had a gig that day, and we had a rehearsal just before the gig.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I went da 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 on the guitar,
Yeah, no, that's true.
and then I went
But-
boys, and then
yeah.
and then it all wrote itself from there.
No, that's
Yeah,
a lie.
right itself.
No, I mean that is true. No, we wrote that guitar line, and then we after that we started having a couple of ideas, had a chord sequence that then worked over, and Jack had some vocal ideas. But Jack kind of like, he has his creative blackout sometimes. He just like does it on the spot out of nowhere. and we had like 10 minutes left of a practice, and we were just encouraging him just to like spew ideas out. And then in the car on the way home, George fell asleep in the back, and me and Alex were in the front, and we just like wrote the structure out on the notes on our phone, just picking out these bits that we had, and then we brushed them up a bit on the piano at home, and kind of just polish the hooks off. And then we recorded it like a week and a half later, and it could have been one of those songs that after playing it for a while it grows a bit and we find out that we should have written it a bit different, but actually it's perfect.
Yeah. George and Jack weren't sold on it when we went in to record, because we hadn't even properly played it all the way through as a band when we recorded it. Me and Sam were just like
backing it to the hill.
We've done it, like, trust us, take a leap of faith, whatever.
Yeah.
And then luckily they did, and then as soon as we finished recording it, G-Boy was like, "Oh, it's my favourite now."
Yeah, love it. I said that all the time. Backed it.
Again, I wasn't there for the recording of that song.
What do you actually do?
I'm not really sure why I'm in this interview.
He's actually in the other band you were saying, the Youth.
I'm in Youth.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong band again.
But yeah, it wasn't written long after. It wasn't written long. Wasn't written long after we pulled Fire together, but like different vibe. But I think sort of sonically, aesthetically, you can definitely tell it's the same band.
Sounds like the Boys.
Yeah.
Sounds like Youth.
Again.
Sounds like this band I heard once called Youth. Can't find them on Spotify anymore. That's weird.
Again, a cracking song. Definitely add it to your playlist, guys. That's what I've done. So
Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude.
I thought I should let everyone know there is a number if you do want to text in any of us.
Roasters.
Would you like to read it out?
Trolls, come at us.
The number to call is 078 600 394 64.
That's
What? Slow
Does
down,
that-
John.
0786 00 39464.
Did you read
Forward.
Did you read the fax number out?
there is not.
Is that what you just said?
Text in.
Oh right. Okay.
That's the texting number. So if you do want to text in any roasts or any questions,
Any roasts?
Boom, roasted.
Dex, don't do it to me, man. Don't open us up for the
Yeah,
roast.
come on.
Roasty.
I'm not ready.
So you're releasing the video on Wednesday.
We're releasing the song on Wednesday.
No, I'll tell you what's happened. Basically, we had the Wednesday as our date to release it, but when you're not signed, you upload your song as a release to kind of like put it out to see if blogs wanted to release it and stuff like that. But then it's obviously gone up before that date, hence the little period where it's been up on Spotify. But we'll start pushing it when the video's out.
Hey,
I think.
if people are looking for it on our Spotify, then they deserve it.
Yeah, exactly.
A week after we announce the name change, if they're looking it up, they deserve
Fair
it.
play.
Yeah.
Most definitely, yeah.
Diehards.
Someone's texted in here. Do you prefer the left boob or the right boob?
That was.
Oh, is that earlier? Sorry.
Just for the record, right.
we passed the quick.
Yeah. Left boob or right? Left, right, left.
That was my 10th question I had, like at the back of it. And obviously you'd say the middle.
Scribbled
You'd say
out.
the middle one. It's like
Of
kind
course.
So what can we expect from the video? What? Don't spoil it, obviously, but what?
A summary
So-
explosion.
Yeah, so we
I get to ride things.
we kind of gave after we did Fire with Taylor, and he at Taylor Fawcett, and he was we basically said to him, like, do whatever you want with it, and he listened to it and got kind of like retro, sort of almost retro vibe from the tune, and so wanted to shoot it with. We shot it on Super 8 film, which costs a fortune, by the way.
it's bloody expensive.
Cheers, Tay. But yeah, we shot it on Super 8 film, so we only actually had about. I think we had like 15 minutes worth of tape to use, and we only shot about 12 minutes for the video, and obviously the video is like nearly 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So we used a third of everything that we shot.
Which is
And he'd seen a couple of things recently that he'd really liked that were kind of sort of like quick cut, sort of day in the life kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we just went for a day out around Brighton, had some beers, and Taylor filmed it, and because it's shot on Super 8,
looks
everything
gorgeous.
looks good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Just a couple of boys.
You film something on Super 8 and put music behind it, decent music at that, it'll carry it. And it is a really, really, really cool video.
It
And we're
is,
all really
yeah.
happy with it. Had a fun day out. And
Just the 70 quid for 2 minutes of film.
We have got a text, by the way, saying, "Great show tonight, guys."
Oh, cheers.
wow.
Send a
Thanks,
366. Thank you. 2 exclamation marks.
Oh.
So,
That's probably my mum.
So we've kind of talked about the writing process. Now I just want to know, do you prefer that, or do you prefer playing live?
I love all of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I hate, the only thing I don't like is sound checks. I hate sound checks. They're so long.
I think, Al, you get it in the neck more because the drummer sound checking, also the first drummer to sound check that night always has to do about 80% of the legwork. Yeah, for everyone, because then every other band that comes in, the kit's already tuned. But Al just sits there and he's just like eyes closed, just stabbing a fucking snare.
But yeah, like we love playing live, and I feel like since we've had the new lineup, we're kind of warming into it, our live show a lot more. You know, since John joined and we've got all the new songs, and we're super confident with the set and stuff. We're kind of warming into that. But we do love the process of writing, and we really dive into it. Like really deep, and we sort of pour over the tunes a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
and where can people see you in the future?
Oh, two big uns, two big gigs coming up in the new year. February 1st, we play in the Hope and Ruin. Tickets are on sale now for that one. That's a really big one, so we'd love it if you could come down. And thank you. Cheers, Dexter.
You get guest list,
Dex.
You'll be on the bloody guest list, mate.
Don't worry. Your producer will have to pay.
He's not happy with that. He just sent me a scowl.
And when's 23rd of March, is it?
No, 16th of March.
16th of March.
Snake bite as well, because we know you like them.
16th of March, we're headlining at Camden Assembly in London, which the 1975 played this week, and we'll bang better than that.
So that's going to be pretty much the only chance you're going to get to see us till the summer. So yeah.
And so if someone wanted to follow, say, a page that you have, if you had any updates on where you're playing, what page would that be?
I mean,
everything's at Opia Bloom. So Facebook.com, Opia Bloom. Instagram's Opia Bloom. Twitter's Opia Bloom. If you type Opia Bloom into YouTube, it'll come up.
Opia Bloom.
Opia Bloom. And
guys, don't say it too much, because you know when words start sounding weird when you hear them too many times.
But yeah, if you go on our Spotify actually and you go to our artist page, all of our gigs are on there, and you can buy tickets through Spotify, which I figured out this week.
We are doing one last Christmas show in. We should say the three main boys. Sam, Jack and Alex, they're from Tunbridge Wells, so we're going to do one last Christmas show at Tunbridge Wells on the 20th next week, and that's with Mike Wilton from the Standard Lamps, I think his band are called.
Perfect.
Well done, John.
So guys, go out there and buy.
Please do.
As NSYNC once said, buy. Speaking of buying, this show will have its own merch coming out soon, so go and check on the Facebook page for Landmark Mondays t-shirts, because they're going to look cool.
We'll put them on the merch stall at the gigs, mate.
Yeah.
We have some more texts for you guys.
Watching
the live stream, great interview from 341.
Thanks, mate.
And we got two questions. Okay, I'll ask the first one here. If we try and we'll do a quick fire, 'cause I've got a quick quiz at the end for you guys. What is your opinion on bands shamelessly plugging their own media appearances via social media group messages?
Right, this is the lads having a laugh. This. Right, me and George play Sunday football, right, and we're in the group chat with all the lads from the football, and I've put in the group, listen to us. Well, I am shamelessly always plugging this band because it's an hard life for unsigned bands, right? So
you tell
that's
them,
what
John.
they're doing. What do I think of it? I think it's fantastic, and you know what? If you didn't work in a coffee shop, then I'm sure you'd have something to promote.
We have a question for Sam.
Hi.
So this is from 815. Oh no, it's got a name.
Chad.
This is from
Cheers.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone. Oh, okay. This is cheers from John from Shad Thames. Sorry if I've mispronounced that. He says, what was the inspiration for the lyrics to Side by Side?
Well, what did we think, mate, when we were putting this together? A little bit
side by side.
A little bit saucy in bits, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a sort of very unsubtle bondage reference in the chorus.
There is, yeah.
Is that like another little Easter egg? If you go and find it.
Yeah, that's what me and Alex were doing in the car on the way back from practice. I think it's about sort of, a passionate relationship. It has its ups and downs. You need each other, then you can't stand each other.
You too, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's actually very romantic. But
it's about me.
I think, much like a lot of songs, there's a love element to it. But yeah, I think it's it's quite upbeat, kicks along, and I think the kind of ebbs and flows in the tune match those in a relationship sometimes, and it's kind of has its highs, has its lows, has its kind of passionate bits, has its emotive bits. So I think it's quite a complex song, to be honest. There's quite a lot of ideas in it.
People should go listen to it.
Yeah, go listen again.
So we're going to do we've got a couple more questions before we'll finish on Sun and Moon. But we're just going to do a quick quiz now. We're going to try and get all the bands we interview on the show, do a quiz, see where they rank. But I'm going to turn your mics off because I kind of really want to play the intro for this because I'm really proud of it.
Me too.
Go for it, man.
Get ready
Get set.
and go, because it's time for
The landmark.
quiz.
Yes,
Wasn't that Kid A by Radiohead?
it took me a total of 5 minutes to make, but
Wow.
yes, it's time for the landmark quiz. So this is how it's going to work. You're the first contestant, so I'm going to read you 6.
Oh, so we've won then.
You've got a big future.
Yeah, man.
Just
This is
before
great.
I do the quiz, I've got a question. Why does the shortest member of the band play the longest instrument?
I'll field this one again, right? I am not sure, alright? I am, these lot, right, are bloody Herman Munsters, right? And I have to stand next to 6'5" blokes on every gig and every bloody photo. Why do I play it? Because it's the best instrument.
You've woken the beast. Abort.
So
Short
we'll
man
go
syndrome.
with the quiz now. Oh, also, someone said nice red checkered shirt, mate. Thank you.
Oh.
My mum bought it for me, so thanks.
George just looked down himself, as if he
As
might
if to
be
say that
wearing
he
one.
might be wearing it.
He knows he's not even on the camera.
He's not even in the camera.
so,
As if I've texted it in from here.
I've written 6 sets of lyrics as a team. First one to answer.
Sure.
You work in a team. Pretty much, I'm going to say them in a monotone voice, and you have to tell me what song they're from.
Sure.
Okay. Well, you can knock me down, step on my face, slender my name all over the place.
Blue Suede Shoes, Elvis Presley.
No.
Correct.
I thought it was Queen.
Go.
I
Well
thought
done,
it was
John.
Queen.
Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze.
Country Roads, Take Me Home.
Wow. Two.
Bloody hell, John.
John, mate.
He wasn't in the videos, but he was singing.
He's in the most successful covers duo.
I am in the best functions band in the country, so I will know a lot of these. Babyface Buskers and the Retrobates, go and book us now for your wedding next year.
My hero had the heart to lose their lives out of the limb, and all I remember is I want to be like them.
Oh,
I don't know that.
Niles Barkley, Crazy.
Yes, correct.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I played that at a wedding on Friday. Should have known.
Best functions man in the country.
I'm worse at what I do best, and for this,
Oh, that's Nirvana. Come together, come as you are.
incorrect. It smells like Teen Spirit.
Bloody hell, John.
Close. Got Nirvana.
Get your
there,
Nirvana songs right.
Yeah.
I don't listen to him. Rubbish. Next.
You said that you'd never been, but all the things you see.
Oasis, Down the Back and Anger.
Yeah.
Wow.
John, you
that
should have got that one, mate.
And finally, my love is a 5.
Hey, I'm actually not impressed.
So yeah, correct. 5. I probably should come up with hard ones next time, or you're just really, really good at.
How was that? 5?
Mate, I'm just
Was
like.
that 5 out of 6?
That
Because
was
John
5
was
out of 6.
Nirvana.
Oh, yeah, but
knowledge
Nirvana
isn't.
are rubbish. So let's go. Let's move on.
Nirvana.
I'd like to state that that's not a band-wide opinion.
No, it's mine.
Would you like a second?
John's views always own.
Yeah.
So
Go back to youth, John.
I'll quickly ask you a couple more questions before we finish on Sun and Moon. Another great song that you played.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So
Biggest fan.
I am. I've started a fan club, and
We're your biggest fans.
oh, thank you. So first question, and I asked this to everyone I've interviewed. Guilty pleasure. We'll go around quick. So
Musically,
yeah, or non music.
In life.
In life.
that
don't
could
believe
get
in-
dark with George in the room.
Let's go musically, shall we?
There are no mutes.
I
I
don't
don't
believe
think
in
there
musical.
is.
I don't think there is.
I think I try and I can draw
Cliff
merit
Richard.
in anything.
But I guess if you're gonna go, I probably know every word to every Robbie Williams tune.
Hey, mate,
That's not
Robbie's
guilty.
Great. No, mate.
That's
you should be
alright.
loud,
No, I
loud
mean-
and proud, mate.
I'd say One Direction for me. I do.
Oh, I love 1D.
I do love
course
1D. But again, I don't think that's guilty. I see
It's not
merit.
guilty, no. I'd say Bonnie Tyler, but I don't think that's guilty. She's,
No.
It's not guilty.
It's an
Yeah,
interesting.
I
It's an
can't
interesting
think of anything
question
I'm
you
actually
raised,
ashamed of.
Guilty
Dexter.
pleasure would be Cliff Richard. I love a bit of Cliff. He loves a bit of me.
Yeah.
See?
he loves a bit.
Yeah. He
He's
does
not
love
guilty.
you.
He's not guilty.
told
so
me.
It's fine.
Mine's,
Personally, takes you say that.
That's
mine and Nirvana.
backtracking hard.
I did just get a text in saying, why was that round quicker than the quickfire round? Because these guys are really clever. And
These guys. This
sorry.
guy.
Hey,
is really clever.
hey, 3-2, man. Only
Oh,
these two.
he's got
now,
Oasis. Well done.
And so I guess my final question would be: have you got any personal goals? You know, I usually ask, you know, where do you see
Get
yourself
out
in
of
10
this
years' time?
band.
I usually ask like, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? But I always think that's quite an unrealistic question to ask someone because you know it's very
Not
hard
what
to
Red Lining
predict.
class to be.
Where you be. But have you got any
That's
personal
5,
venues
John.
you'd like to play or personal goals?
I've always said I would happily stop doing it if we got to do Jules Holland. That's
Yeah,
what I want to do.
New Year's Eve or just Jules Holland?
Just Jules Holland. Like I'd happily stop doing music and feel like I've achieved what I wanted to achieve if we get to do Jules Holland.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
nice
there's a
nice
few on that
milestone.
sort of list. You know, like I think Live Lounge is always great, and I think that really shows different sides to people. I think that could be cool.
I genuinely, I just really want to play Glastonbury.
What,
I really-
headline or?
no, I just want to play I'm going to Glastonbury this year,
Oh, nice.
and you know what? I'm going to play it if I'm booked or not.
I'll find a way.
And yourself? I'm predicting
Do
the
another
final
jazz degree.
Finish my nursing degree. Why not?
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. So do you guys want to say goodbye?
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having
listening.
us, Dexter.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks.
guys.
Thank you so much, man.
Oh, actually, can I ask you one quick favour? Just so I can save it as a sound clip later. Do you mind saying we're Opia Bloom and you're listening to the Landmark Show? Like, all together. I'll count you down from 3.
Landmark show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
We are Opia Bloom and you're listening to the Landmark Show.
Do you want us to say we're or we are?
George is just going.
We
spoke too fast.
Should we go we are?
We are.
Okay,
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
We are Opia Bloom and you're listening to the Landmark Show.
Alright, thank you very much for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live stream and the fun we had today. And definitely go check out Opia Bloom and go to their concerts. They're really, really good.
Thank you.
Thank you very
See you
much.
there.
See you there.
This is
Love
Sun
it.
and Moon. Enjoy.
Banger.
Young girl, barely even 16 on her own. Young boy, taking every single thing she owns. I tell her, move on, get a new fella. Don't let life drag you down, whether it's changing fast. You know it is. She said the same thing last time the blame got passed. You never did it right for me. She told him it's alright, sweet cheeks. I know where you've been. I am the sun and the moon, shining much brighter than anybody close to you. Oh, now she's a bad girl coming from a rich country. I don't even know what she did to me. She's got bad things on her mind. Oh, no. But isn't it a sad world without your integrity? I should have guessed that you sent for me. She said, baby, we're out of time. I am the sun and the moon, shining much brighter than anybody close to you. I am the sun and the moon, burning much higher than anybody close to you. I am the sun and the moon, shining much brighter than anybody close to you. Just go ahead and change the mood. I'll shine much brighter than anybody close to you. I am the sun and the moon, shining much brighter than anybody close to you.